Alright, welcome back to the league race. This time we're with TMC League 1. Gosh, I'd forgotten about that. Yes, the all the leagues across TMC got a rename, so instead of Division 3, this is League 1. I've never felt so inadequate as a driver driving in League 1. Oh, so depressing. Anyways, you can see the situation. We've got intermediates for qualifying, heavy rain to start the race, light rain, and then by the end of the race, it should be dry. So I was initially quite torn on what to do in terms of setup. I had a wet setup ready to go. I decided to use the wet setup, but make a few changes. Just to put up the camber a bit. I put up the. I changed a few things, kind of try and fit both, and so we'll see how that went. This is actually my second lap on my first run in qualifying. It was okay. I got a 55.2, put me up to P6, but sadly, excuse me, by the time I got back to the pits, I was not going to have enough time to get back out again. Such is the the length of a lap around Singapore, and it's in the rain as well. So I ended up P9 in the end. I think I could have gone quicker had I managed to go back out, because I think the conditions did improve near the end. And look at that shit. 63 minutes for the race, but heavy rain, dry, and then heavy rain again at the end of the race. So going to be very interesting. Difficult conditions. Starting P9, lights out, away we go. Sway gets a poor start in front, so I'm looking to see if I can pounce him. I go in a little bit too hot into this turn one, horrified of wing damage. I accidentally made contact with Poddy. I believe he was okay, but I actually I took a really wide line in the hope that he might get back through, and he didn't. He did. But Sway went with him, so I thought, okay, fine. My main worry at this stage was just in general, even if this race was in the dry, it was just keep it clean, keep your front wing intact at all costs. And as long as it did that, I would take anything else that came with this race. Honestly, that was my thinking. I felt fairly okay heading into this one, I have to say. Pace was okay. Like, my fastest time trial time was a 37 flat. I don't think I would have been able to repeat that in qualifying if it was dry, but did feel confident that I could whip in a 37. But alas, didn't have to worry about that in the end with the wet weather running. So I'm going to settle into P8 here for now. I believe AFDC, who put a monster lap in qualifying, I have to say, on the wets, he's going to have an off here at this hairpin. So unlucky for him. I know he's fuming afterwards. It's difficult. I've been there. I've done that myself recently. So. But I wasn't really thinking about past results. I was just thinking just ahead of me, just keeping my eyes focused, and difficult conditions. So anyways, we settled into P7 after lap 1. Live com. I'm going to see how many people bite, but I'm not convinced. Although it is lighter. Let's see. I'm going to go for it.
I'm going for it.
I'm going to go for it. May as well. Not got a whole lot to do, really. Oh, I've been held. Oh my god. Let me go! Holy shit, I have lost the most enormous amount of time in there. Absolutely ridiculous. I couldn't believe it when that happened. The switch to intermediates come into the pits, and the hold of the sentry was right there. So I've lost positions. Anyways, Idrox has jumped me anyway. I think he was quicker anyways, but yeah, he gets ahead, and I'm in P10. So I am not too pleased, having been held in the pits for an absolute eternity. Lap 4. Oh yes. So this is Sergeant Sway having a moment, and Idrox getting past. So Sway, I think, has damaged his front wing somewhere there, or some sort of compromised run, and Idrox gets past. And this is actually a critical point of this particular phase of the race. Lap 5, making up some positions after those who come into the stops. For their intermediates, got hit from behind from Stevie G, so thanks for that.
On the track, I'm okay.
and we're just sticking behind Sway here in 5th. But I know he's got wing damage, so I'm trying to be careful. But I'm anxious to get by as well. And then, what a great moment this was. My TV came up with the message, it's going to turn off in a minute, so comes up all over the screen. So I accidentally hit the home button trying to scramble to my remote to turn it off. As I do, Stevie G pops through, and so I've lost time, I've lost the position as a result of my flipping TV trying to turn off. For flip's sake, I have to fix that shit. It's ridiculous. Anyways, I'll lose a position into P8. So I'm down in P9 there. So, and you're going to notice lap... Oh, did I not put transition there? Oops. Lap 7, you can kind of see the problem as Stevie G also can't get by Sway. And if you look on the map, you can see the gap to the group in front is increasing lap after lap, as it's difficult to overtake at this track, and you're going to see all of that later. But it is difficult to overtake, and even with wing damage, Sway was doing a good... Look, I think he had wing damage, but I'm assuming. Even with kind of him running at this pace, Sway was able to keep Stevie G behind. I wasn't able to do anything either when I was in my brief stint behind him. So difficult part of the race, and I'm just thinking, oh, we're losing so much time here. It's not good. Lap 10, I believe this is the lap where we're going to get the call. You can see the rain is kind of stopped. We're going to get the call to come on to the dry tyres. The strategy Jeff put to me was ultra soft. I was not doing that. I knew there was rain possibly coming at the end, so I decided to stick on a set of super softs instead of softs. Possibly one of the best decisions I made recently in terms of strategy. And you can see Stevie G squirming a bit as these tyres are on a track that no longer suits it. And so we're going to come into the pits again and make the stop onto the super soft tyres. Sway, I believe, is actually going to change his wing here. So he did have wing damage. Okay, I was just remembering that now. So this is going to allow me to jump Stevie G. Carl, my teammate, is actually going to stack behind me. Unfortunate, but look, I did a track position. There's nothing much you can do. Hold again. Not as long this time, but anyways, I get past Sway. And get self after Stevie G ahead of me, who has put on the soft compound tyre. So interesting in terms of strategy choice there. So the track did feel a little bit loose at first. Obviously you'd expect that coming from a wet to dry, and I almost lost it into this corner. Bloody hell, that was close. But I was very heads up after that. Moving on to later that lap, this is just to kind of look at the gap to Stevie G in front. It's 2.5 seconds. Somewhere along the way he suffers some wing damage, and I'm going to catch him rapidly as I do here. This is what am I trying to say? This is the next lap 12, and you can just see, like, I've just monstered up the gap, like, just as if it was absolutely nothing. So going to take a nice wide entry into this corner. I have the softer compound tyre and a full intact wing, so I'm going to get the beautiful launch off of that corner with the DRS, rich revs, and there's not too much that CVG can do. Send it down the inside. He's going to try and fight back, which I was surprised he would, but I left him the space, and but obviously there's nothing he can do at that point. So move up into P7, so I'm happy enough with that. And now comes the interesting part of the race. You can see the gap to Paddy is 3.4 seconds. He is also on the soft compound tyres, and I'm thinking, ooh, interesting, I could have more positions yet. And so the gap is closing. Lap 13, the gap is closing. I'm feeling good. The car actually felt quite nice in the dry, I have to say. So happy with that. And lap 14, we have come onto the back of Paddy, and now but while maintaining a gap to Sway as well, so I was happy with that. DRS range of Paddy, and now I'm thinking, now is a part of the race where we can actually do something. How can we get past Paddy? So but very quickly you're going to see the problem. I do have the softer compound tyres. I am clearly faster at this point of the race. Like I've closed up 3 seconds in not a lot of time. However, you're going to see that there's absolutely nothing I can do to Paddy in a straight line. Absolutely nothing. So although I have DRS, although I am the faster car, such is overtaking around Singapore that I can do nothing about it. Lap 16, trying to follow Poddy again, as I will be pretty much for the rest of the race. I think I'm going to go very deep. Yeah, I get my entry all wrong. No, sorry, what I'm talking about. I'm thinking of a different lap. Apologies. But the problem, again, like as I've got the DRS, I've got the faster pace, but I can't do anything about it. He's just set up for a better straight line setup, and there's just nothing I can do in a straight line. But yeah, I was thinking of this. So lap 17, I'm going to cook myself going into this hairpin. I get slide on, I don't break in a straight line. Sway is going to come in front, and he loses it all on his own. So you can see I didn't touch him. There's no other way I could have rejoined that track, really. So unfortunate for Sway. You can see I did not make contact with him at all. So, but it left us a bit of work to do to get back up to Poddy. But within a couple of laps, lap 18, I'm back on the back of Poddy again with the DRS, and trying to see if I can make a move. You know, Wesker behind as well in 7th, so I'm conscious of that. I felt in this last sector I was so much quicker than Poddy. I was looking at the lines he was taking, and I was taking ones that were just saving a lot of time. Got a really good run out of this last corner, and I thought, okay, this is my best chance yet to possibly do something. And look, I could have possibly looked for a lunge, but it just wasn't on. And I'm not going to really try. Like 99 times out of 100, I'm not trying to move that isn't on, and that wasn't on. So I got close, but no cigar at this time. Lap 21, decent run out of that corner. DRS again, but there's nothing I can do. And it was just so frustrating. We're actually in 5th and 4th because Combi pitted behind us. So he's on the ultra soft tyre. And now he's behind us, and now he's looking to get into this action as well. So we got 3-car scrap for P4. He was closing rapidly, and so I knew that it's going to be difficult to keep him behind. My tyres are wearing all the time. I leave him the space, and he makes contact, pushes us off. I almost get collected into that wall. I was not happy with this move at the time, and I'm still not happy with it now, because that could have ended so badly. I left him the space, really, and he just uses my car just to squeeze past, so I wasn't too happy with that. So that moves us back down into P6, and he's going to have Poddy here. I was hoping maybe he and Poddy might fight a bit more, and that I could possibly be on hand to take advantage. Maybe a car goes wide, maybe a car goes into the wall, just on hand to possibly make up, but not on this occasion. And Poddy survives. Lap 24. Goodness sake, we're still there, still behind Poddy and DRS, but now Wesker has got involved as well, and Wesker was a couple of seconds behind me, but now he is just, well, he's also the DRS range. So I wasn't too worried about Wesker, to be honest, because he was just going to have the same problem I'm having really. And even if he felt he was quicker, yeah, but where was he going to pass? So that was the problem. Lap 25, I get a decent run out of that corner. Again, DRS, but again, race long problem. Nothing I can do about it. Oh, yeah. So the more this race went on, the more I had to just hope, because it was clear that I wasn't going to be able to get by on track like that. There was a hairy moment. It just wasn't going to happen. So the longer into this race it went, I just had to hope that Poddy possibly had some penalties, because I did not have a penalty. I had 2 warnings, but not a penalty. I knew Wesker behind me had a penalty, and he's beginning to drop off slightly now. He's 1.1 seconds behind. But I just hoped that Poddy might have a penalty. So, but in the meantime, all I had to do was just stick with him, stick close. If he makes a mistake, just try to be as close as you can to capitalise, because that was the only hope I had at this race, really. The other thing that was coming into play was that the longer this went on, the more the softs would come into it, because it is touch and go when I pitted with the softs and super softs. He goes wide here, does Poddy, and I'm not close enough to capitalise. He's going to have another hairy moment coming out of this corner as well. I'm going to have the DRS, and you can see he's struggling, but I can't do anything about it. Oh, it's so frustrating. At this stage, Wesker behind, his tyres were done. They were cooked. Mine were getting there. I was struggling to keep onto the back of the gearbox of Paddy, such to the point where on lap 31, the last lap, I've actually dropped out of DRS range. So my tyres were, the best of them had gone. Paddy had survived. Wesker ended up actually getting a penalty on the super softs in the end. And lap 31, look, again, close, but nowhere to overtake around Singapore. And sadly, with that, I'm not going to be able to get this move done on track as the fireworks rain off. Fair play to Kay Stiley and the podium finishers for getting their jobs done. Coming out of the final corner, penalties maybe? No penalty for Paddy. It is position 6 for me, so I was actually happy enough with that, to be fair. Like, given if you told me wet race to start, you would be finishing P6 from P9, I would have taken it. So anyways, there's the grid. Actually, like, credit to the drivers, like in League 1. Only one person got a penalty in the top, like, top 6, top 7. You know, so fair play. You know, that's not, especially given that half that race was in the wet. So in the wet, not the ret, the wet. So fair play. You did a great job. I'm happy enough with that P6. Nothing I could have really done to get P5. I just overtaken an opportunity never really presented itself that I wanted to take. So that is it from TMC round number 14, I guess now. Next up is Malaysia, a track I actually missed last year because I was watching Star Wars. So interested to see what the pace is like there. And yeah, should be fun. I do enjoy Malaysia, and it's the last chance I get to race it in an F1 game, at least for the time being. So until next time.